Alright. I know what you're thinking. Jay, didn't you promise how to make Captain Falcon next? Well, yes, but see, I almost finished that video, but then it got corrupted. So, since my favorite Hasbro board game of choice is Hungry YouTuber, and Steve is the hypest big old blocky boy on this side of the platform right now, I decided, well, it's probably fitting that I release this video first before Captain Falcon. So, here we are. But I think it's time that Uncle Jay asked you. So you want to main Steve. Well, lucky for you, you got me, the okayest Smash Ultimate teacher of all time. So sit down, mind your own business, and craft a book and quiver, because this lecture is back in session. I was gonna make a joke. You know, everyone on YouTube talks about this statistic thing where, hey, if you want people to subscribe, talk about the people who aren't subscribed. Show the statistic. And I was gonna make a joke about that. Well, it's not a joke. As you can see, roughly 80% of you guys are not subscribed. What the hell is wrong with you? Help a boy chase his dreams. Subscribe to the goddamn channel, hit that bell notification, and let's take over YouTube together, guys. Come on. What the hell? If you like the How to Main series, subscribe. If you want to see more of this, subscribe. I have some really cool content coming up in the future. You don't want to miss it. So god dang it, subscribe to the goddamn channel. See, everything you will learn today is applicable to not just Steve, but to the entire Minecraft crew that Daddy Sakurai added to the roster to extend the diversity of the cast. Alex being the 19th character in the game that is female is no surprise. But in a bold move, Zombie, which means that dead rotting corpses finally have representation in Smash before Latinos ever do, and who could forget Enderman, joining the fight as the 4th black character added to the series. Remember, fellow gamesters, Steve isn't just a character, he's an entire fucking game. This is because his kit goes deeper than any 13-year-old on Xbox Live goes in your mother on a daily basis. Love him or hate him, Steve and the Minecraft crew are here to rock the block, and there's nothing you can do about it. And if there's anything I've learned from playing Minecraft since PC Alpha over a decade ago, and the Smash series even longer than that, is that Steve is the most creative character to ever be dropped on this godforsaken meta. I mean, Steve can even terraform the freaking stage to cuck the uncuckable.
I'm about to end this man's whole career.
No! But even though he's the most creative character in the roster so far, I noticed the reception for him has been that he's either lame or a meme entry at best, which really confuses me, because last I checked, Smash players liked miners. So looking at Steve as a character, there's kind of a lot to understand, so let's take his kit and go block by block, shall we? Steve has a few gimmicks you're going to have to know to play him to his best ability, and they all revolve around his neutral special, depending on if you're standing on the ground, in the air, or in front of a crafting table. When standing on the ground, the neutral special acts as mining, which within itself changes the whole entire fucking game and meta. See, after Nintendo asked Sakurai to put Minecraft in the game, Sakurai put down his blade, told himself, not today, and went back to work on recreating the entire game from ground up, one blocky boy at a time. I mean, can you even imagine the sheer pain Sakurai and his team had to go through to make sure that every stage has different mining properties and different materials based on what stage itself is made of? Oh my god. And if that wasn't enough, I mean, having to make sure that every stage is compatible with placing blocks with this other gimmick? It's stupid. And speaking of his other gimmick, when Steve is in the air and he presses B, he places a block. If you hold it down and you move left and right or jump, it continues to place blocks, which is single-handedly the best thing this character has in his kit because of the ridiculous amounts of uses it has. From stopping your fall, creating a platform, showing off, or cucking your opponents from getting back on ledge, it's just the best thing that you could possibly have in a kit. I mean, I even saw Sakurai down smash below the stage with it like this. And which block he places is shown down below on his new totally not confusing UI bar that displays not what is held, but the ratio of supplies by value he has mined and has in his current possession. Which in a sick, twisted way, I find fucking hilarious. Because this means there is a mental learning curve so hard when learning Steve that over half of his game, Minecraft's player base, won't even be able to play him correctly. But needless to say, I'm not here to hold your hands. You're like 10 years old or something. So let me just tell you the materials real quick, like in order from the weakest to strongest. Dirt, wood, stone, iron, butter, and diamond. And these materials can be used in front of a crafting table to upgrade Steve's tools that he uses in battle. all varying in different damage outputs, and diamond being the strongest. But what if I told you there was something even better than diamond? Well, looking at the frame data, what if I told you that gold, yes, gold, the buttery bricks have the best value? See, they may break faster, but they make your moves faster too. So what does this mean, you may ask me? Well, what if I told you you could use Mario's funny forward aerial, and it comes out between frames 5 and 7? And then what if I told you that Mario's comes out on frame 16? So you living in what I'm building here? See, diamond may make smash attacks deal more knockback and damage, but this yellow substance, like it looks, makes your combos in disrespect smooth as butter. Oh, but beware. Steve's tools and blocks can break, and the only way to retrieve more tools is by using the crafting table that spawns at the beginning of the round with you. Now you might be thinking though, well then there's a way to beat Steve, just camp his crafting table, but I shouldn't have to remind you to never camp a camper, because Steve can just hit shield and B, and boop, his crafting table appears wherever the hell he is. And in a Steve Ditto, just like your mom, a crafting table can be used by everyone. So now, since you know the basic gimmicks of Steve and the Minecraft crew, let's get into the main portion, shall we? Your goal as Steve is to camp and gather resources, launch your opponent off the stage, and then to take your opponent's stock in the most creative way your tiny gamer brain can process. Or just spam down tilt off stage, that looks effective too, I guess. But between us, my favorite way to cuck a sucker from reaching the ledge is by building one of these few bad boys patented by yours truly. And if you can knock your opponent off the stage far enough, you should have time to build one of these contraptions. Here we have the head crusher, or what I like to call a classic concussion. See, any persons or things trying to get back on stage from underneath is about to have a terrible time and a quick realization that the one skull is in fact not harder than iron. Next up, we have the Spicy Nut Buster 3000. See, this contraption guarantees your opponent has to roll or get up into a crotch full of dynamite, which on any day I would say is a bad time. But if you're the sick and twisted type that likes to be there in person when your opponent's light leaves their eyes, then let me introduce you to the most effective proposition. This is what I call the Mojang Pledge. See, the contraption is simple yet effective. You place down some TNT at ledge and a pressure plate right next to it. And as soon as your opponent is within range, sacrifice your own life for Minecraft and set that big ol' spicy block off in your and your opponent's face. But since you now know how to keep your opponent from returning to the stage, now it's time to teach you how to keep your opponent from wanting to play altogether. See, on top of being able to build beautiful cut contraptions, Steve also has a few funnies in his kit. Besides being able to tether grab, he also has an Acme anvil straight out of Looney Tunes that is down air that falls faster than my tolerance to play against another Pikachu. Cuz repeat after me. Yeah. Fuck rats. Right. But if you thought that wasn't funny enough, let me introduce you to his side B, Minecart. See, Steve's minecart may need a lot of resources to function, but if he has the materials, he can launch the cart with him in it. Or even better, empty at an opponent, which will in turn command grab them and allow them to understand why the Kongs have a family hatred of minecarts since DK Country 1. Oh, and if that wasn't enough, he also has Brawl Meta Knight's Glide as a recovery. Needless to say, Steve is here to take over the game and the meta along with him. And in good old How to Main Season 2 fashion, I think it's time I return to our favorite segment, the Rapid Fire Tips. Number 1, when starting off, make sure to mine the materials as soon as you can. Avoid your opponent if necessary and get what you need before allowing your tools to wear out. And speaking of wearing out, make sure you take a mining break from time to time or else you may come to an unforeseen lack of resources when you need them the most. Number 2, Steve's teabagging taunt is the most infuriating taunt in the game. Don't let anyone else say anything differently. This is guaranteed to maul your opponent when doing this after taking a stock. And lastly, number 3, Steve's kit relies on quick thinking and creativity, just like the real Minecraft PvP, so don't be scared to try out new things and learn from your own mistakes. For as much as I'd love to teach you more of my cut contraptions, I'm more interested in what you have to create. So don't forget to join the Discord down below and share with me some of your very own patented cut contraptions in action. Man, what a character. See, Steve may look funny to most, but don't laugh at this blocky cocky boy, because he'll send you to the nether, one stock at a time until you meet the end. Oh, hey, how's it going? Are you subscribed yet? Did you subscribe earlier when I asked you to? You probably should. I'll give you five seconds to subscribe. Are you subscribed yet? You better be. Awesome. Anyways, thanks for watching this video, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Bye-bye.